So one of the realities I've had to face with my boys going to elementary school here in Southern California is the reality of electronics and the usage of technology like iPads for most of their learning. And I really have a problem with this. I have never liked it. I've resisted it as much as I can without being a total pain in the butt. And I love our teachers. I love our principal. But one of the big things in Southern California is this push for every kid to have an iPad. This took place especially during the pandemic. In some ways, there almost wasn't a way to do it without that. And that really allowed a greater influx of technology into the classroom. But we're talking about these formative young children's minds, and they're learning off of this two-dimensional screen. It's not even keyboard typing either. It's literally touchpads. And there have been some great authors and speakers on this. Cal Newport did a TED Talk back in 2016 where he actually discussed one of the problems with things like iPad apps and why they're designed to be so addictive. But he was actually talking about if something is easy for everybody to do. If something is easy for everybody to do and it's kind of designed for everybody to do it, even if you get skilled at that, you won't actually bring a lot of significant value, at least in career and things like that, because everybody can do it. And that's how apps and that's how iPad and that's how a lot of these media content is designed. It's designed for everybody to do it because it's mostly designed to generate income and advertise. So Simon Sinek actually did an interview on this too, how there is a problem with an addiction to social media and what it's doing to our brains and what it's doing to our social lives. But I especially have experienced this with children. And I find myself resistant to the push. And sometimes Apple makes it all too easy to push iPads into the school, and then everybody gets a free iPad. How do we live in this day where it's going to be really hard to resist, because now most of the testing is done through these apps. Most of their grading, most of their projects are being submitted through these apps and evaluated through these apps. It's going to be hard to fight that uphill battle. So how, as parents, do we figure out, okay, I'm not going to be able to completely circumvent these apps in almost an Amish type mentality. I'm not going to be able to do it. I got to live with it. But at the same time, how do we protect our developing children's minds so that they're working with real concrete objects and they're really playing and they're really living in a 3D world and they're really investing themselves into things that are really going to challenge all the capacities in their minds and their brains? We've got to think through this, and I don't know that just more tech and more media is the answer.